In late 2023, Lowe's store associates were told to pull flex tools from the shelves. Not a specific SKU, not a discontinued battery size. The brand. Tools that had been positioned as Lowe's answer to Milwaukee were being cleared from pro sections across the country, with yellow clearance tags appearing on tools that had been described less than 3 years earlier as delivering 20% more power than the competition. The holiday promotions that Lowe's had committed to run through January 31st of 2024 were ended early. Flex did not appear in Lowe's Black Friday 2023 sales flyer at all, and by December of 2025, Flex had been essentially purged from Lowe's inventory entirely. The brand Lowe's had spent 4 years positioning as its professional cordless flagship was gone. The question of why it failed and what the failure reveals about how professional tool brands are actually built is more instructive than the launch ever was. Less than 3 years earlier, Lowe's had called Flex the future of professional cordless tools. On March 18, 2021, Lowe's and Chervon, the Chinese power tool manufacturer that owns Flex, Ego, and Skill, jointly announced the exclusive launch of Flex's 24-volt cordless platform at Lowe's stores nationwide. The press release described tools with 20% more power than competitors, 50% faster charging, and a limited lifetime warranty on any tool, battery, or charger purchased with registration in 2021. The rollout was described as a multi-year plan covering more than 100 platform-compatible tools. Lowe's described Flex as its pro-grade brand, the platform that would give professional contractors a reason to choose Lowe's over the Home Depot and Milwaukee combination that had dominated the professional cordless market for a decade. The ambition was clear, and the investment was real. And then it didn't work. To understand why Flex failed, you have to understand what Flex actually was before the Lowe's deal. Flex was not a startup brand or a product line invented for Lowe's. It was a German precision tool company founded in 1922, known for inventing the world's first handheld grinder with a flexible shaft in 1954. In the European professional trades market and in the North American automotive detailing industry, Flex had genuine credibility built over a century of engineering history. Chervon, the Shenzhen-based manufacturer that acquired Flex in 2013, used that credibility as the foundation for building a full 24-volt cordless platform capable of competing technically with Milwaukee and DeWalt. The tools themselves were reviewed positively by independent testers. The battery platform was real. The engineering was legitimate. What Flex did not have was recognition among the American construction trades. Electricians did not grow up with Flex on the job site. Plumbers did not inherit Flex tools from the previous generation. Carpenters did not see Flex on other contractors' belt clips and ask where to buy it. The brand existed, and it was credible in Europe and in the automotive detailing world. But it was invisible in the American contractor community that Lowe's needed to attract. And here is where the story gets structurally complicated. The executive who approved the Flex deal at Lowe's was Bill Boltz, Lowe's Executive Vice President of Merchandising. Before joining Lowe's in 2018, Boltz had served as President and CEO of Chervon North America, where he had directly overseen the EGO, Skill, and Skillsaw brands. The man who signed the Flex exclusive deal for Lowe's had previously run the company that makes Flex. That is not necessarily a conflict of interest in the legal sense. Executives routinely join retailers after careers with suppliers. But it does mean that the expectations Lowe's had for Flex going into the deal were shaped by someone with a deep financial and professional history with the brand's parent company. Whether those expectations were realistic is answered by the financial results. In November of 2023, Chervon issued a profit warning to investors. The company stated it expected net profit to decrease by approximately 80% compared to the corresponding period in 2022. 80%. For a company generating nearly $2 billion in annual revenue, that is not a difficult quarter. That is a structural collapse in the primary commercial relationship that funded the business. Full year 2023 results confirmed it. Chervon's overall revenue dropped 30.9% from $1.989 billion to $1.375 billion. North American revenue specifically collapsed 37.3% from $1.499 billion in 2022 to $940 million in 2023. A tool guide financial analysis of Chervon's reporting concluded that the company's largest customer, identified by analysts as Lowe, appeared to have reduced its spending from approximately $991 million in 2022 to approximately $474 million in 2023. Chervon reported a net loss for the full year. A $517 million reduction in spending by a single customer in a single year is not a macroeconomic headwind. It is a relationship ending. And here is where the story stops being about Flex's finances and starts being about why professional tool brands are built the way they are. Milwaukee did not become dominant at Home Depot by launching an exclusive deal with a big box retailer. Milwaukee became dominant at Home Depot because it spent 4 decades building professional credibility through specialty distributors, industrial supply channels, and commercial accounts, the places where electricians, pipe fitters, and contractors actually sourced tools before Home Depot existed. When Home Depot expanded its professional tool offering in the early 2000s, Milwaukee was already the brand those contractors trusted. Home Depot became the convenient retail layer on top of loyalty that already existed. The exclusivity reinforced the relationship. It did not create it. Flex attempted to reverse that sequence. The Lowe's exclusive was supposed to be the platform that created professional credibility, the visibility, the endorsement, the shelf presence that would convince American contractors to adopt a brand they had never used on a job site. But professional tool credibility is not built on a retail floor. It is built in the field, through referrals between tradespeople, through tools that survive specific abuse conditions on specific job types, and through the recommendation networks that operate entirely outside of any retail environment. A contractor does not switch cordless platforms because they saw a new brand in a Lowe's Pro Zone. They switch because another contractor on a job site showed them why the switch was worth the battery investment. Flex never got into the field in sufficient numbers to generate those referrals, because the Lowe's exclusive prevented it from being present in the specialty distributor channels where the field adoption conversation happens. The brands that replaced Flex at Lowe's explain exactly what went wrong. Klein Tools, which arrived at Lowe's in February 2023, had been the default electrical hand tool brand for American electricians since the 1800s. When Klein appeared in Lowe's Pro Zones, electricians recognized it immediately because they were already using Klein tools every day on every job site. The Lowe's shelf was the convenience layer on top of credibility that already existed, which is exactly the sequence that works. Bosch, which expanded its Lowe's presence through 2023 and 2024, had decades of professional reputation across multiple trades in both Europe and North America. Neither brand required Lowe's to build their professional credibility from scratch. Both had done that work before the retail deal was signed. The final detail that makes this story worth sitting with: Flex still exists. The brand did not die when Lowe's cleared the shelves. Chervon still manufactures the 24-volt platform. In Canada, after Lowe's Canada shut down, Flex shifted its strategy specifically toward professional tool specialty stores and away from big box retail. An analyst following the brand noted that the specialty channel strategy was likely the correct one all along. The Canadian model is what Flex probably should have been doing in the United States from the beginning, building credibility through the channels where professionals actually source tools, rather than betting everything on a single big box exclusive that signaled consumer retail to the exact customers it needed to convince. Lowe's spent 4 years in a commercial relationship worth nearly $1 billion annually trying to build a professional tool brand from the shelf out. Milwaukee spent 4 decades building from the job site in. The sequence matters more than the investment. If this changed how you think about why certain brands earn professional trust and others don't, subscribe. The decisions behind which tools end up on which shelves are almost never the story you see on the packaging.